Hello to my fellow registered nurses. My name is Nicole Vienneau. I am a registered nurse and board-certified integrative nurse coach. I'm also a graduate of the International Nurse Coaches Association and a graduate of the course you are now doing with the Institute for Functional Medicine and the International Nurse Coach Association. And I just want to say I'm thrilled that you have taken this time out of your very busy schedules to come and learn about how food is so impactful to people's health and well-being. So thank you so much for devoting your time to the benefit of your patients, your clients, and to you, because you're going to learn so much about how food can really impact your own health and well-being. So I was asked to share a little bit about what I am doing after having graduated from this particular course with the food plans and with the information that I gained and knowledge that I've gained through taking this course and utilizing the tools from it. I will say that when I graduated, I was feeling a little overwhelmed by how much content I was to assume. So what I did was, instead of trying to learn everything and do everything all at once, is I took some time to just allow the information to settle. And then I decided I would just take the information and let it dissolve into what I thought was the most important things for me and for within my circle of influence. And how I define circle of influence is the people that I'm in contact with on a daily basis, the people that I see, the people that I can influence in the spaces in which I'm involved in. And what I came to terms with, or an understanding of, is that I really meshed with the idea of this elimination food plan. Here's one of the tools. This is actually the recipe booklet that comes with the elimination food plan. So when I decided, oh, and by the way, this is my cat, Chili, who I will say is one of the wonderfulest things about self-care, having something in your life that you can love and cherish and that cherishes you back. And so you might see him appear and reappear in this video because he does enjoy the interaction. So anyways, what I decided to do was learn about the elimination food plan so that I could be able to understand what it is, what it does, what its benefits are, how it feels to do it. And so what I did when I first came home was really spend some time to understand the power of this particular plan. And so how I did that was actually dove into it and did it myself. And I wanted to see how it felt, the things that I learned in myself, and so that I could use that information and bring it into the teaching that I have hoped that I would give to others. What I discovered is, we remove some key foods that we eat on a daily basis in this plan for 21 days. We take it away. After 21 days, we then add the foods back, one at a time over a 48-hour period, to see how our physical body responds, also how our minds respond, how our emotions respond, and really our energetic beings, how they respond to adding the foods back. What I discovered personally is that I have a little bit of an addiction to sugar. And what happens is I really, really want sugar when I have it in my food. And so I now know that about my food. I now know that about myself, and I can choose. Do you want to have that food which you know contains a lot of sugar? And you are going to have end results from that. For me, it's that I have a change in personality, an excessive kind of feeling of kind of going overboard. And so I know that about myself, and I know that happens when I have sugar. So now, having known this, I can choose. Have sugar and feel that feeling of discontent and wanting more, or choose to not have sugar and feel solid and grounded and have that extend into my life. That was the biggest learning for me in the Elimination Food Plan. So, how was I going to then extend that into my circle of influence? I happened to go to a yoga class that was at the beginning of the year, about a year ago, and my yoga teacher also incorporated some journaling. So we did a yoga practice and we did journaling. And what I discovered within that journaling practice is that I wanted to do the Elimination Food Plan again, but I wanted to involve a lot of people. So I wanted to do it as a group. And how I saw that was that having been involved in group projects and group learnings in the past, I enjoyed them personally because I felt I learned a lot more because there was much more wisdom in the room than just myself. I felt a sense of connection to other people. And in today's world, I feel a sense of isolation sometimes. And knowing that I could be involved in a group would help push away that feeling of isolation and bring me into something that felt important to me. I also understood and felt, being involved in groups, that the group as a whole can guide one another. And so if someone felt like they were kind of being misguided, the group could then bring them back into the fullness of the group and the support and the influence and the wisdom of it. So I decided at that moment I was going to go forward with the Elimination Food Plan as a group. And how would I do that, and what would it look like for success for me? So I thought, well, I could do this. I really love the space of being together, so let's try it together, but let's not exclude people who don't live near me. Let's keep those in the realm, and let's do a group in person and a group from afar as an online type of program. And what would success mean? Well, maybe 6 participants at the time I would be happy with. So I went forward. I created a curriculum that was online, and a curriculum, a slideshow, everything that I could use, whether online or in person. Both of the curriculum was the same. And I invited people within my circle of influence. So those are people I know. Those are people I talk to on a daily basis. Those are people involved at my place in yoga, at my place at the gym, at my place in church, and people just who I knew. And I thought, well, I'm just going to reach out to everybody. I'm going to personally invite them from me. And I sent that out with an open invitation and a very low cost because I thought, gosh, I'm going to be doing something that I'm not 100% sure on as far as how to run it. So I'm going to put it at a discounted price. And I was happy with 6 people. And in the end, I ended up with 17. Put it out there and people will come, especially when you're coming from the authentic space, which I know all of us are truly coming from. So after we did this first plan, what transpired was truly beautiful. Many people learned so much about themselves, about the foods that were causing them the headaches and the gastrointestinal disturbances and the joint pain and the lack of energy. And they felt like doing it as a group, that the rest of the group could understand exactly how they were feeling because they too were doing it with them. So it was a beautiful connection, not only of learning and infusing of knowledge and self-awareness, but also the group camaraderie and the group wisdom and coming together in a space that was safe and a space that everyone was truly learning. So in the end, I did some stats, and I've been doing them over the past year because over time I've had over 60 people who have trusted me with bringing them through this Elimination Food Plan in a group setting. And what we discovered is looking at the symptoms. So you will be shown the medical systems questionnaire. And what we did was a before medical systems questionnaire and then an after medical systems questionnaire. And the before was before we even started the Elimination Food Plan, and the second one was done 2 months after the start of the Elimination Food Plan. And what we discovered with looking at the numbers was quite dramatic and quite touching for me to see and witness, and then also see how it affected each individual participant. Is that people reported symptoms at the beginning without doing anything to their food plan, without creating the awareness and understanding how food affected them, body, mind, and spirit. And then at the end, did it again with the same kind of influence, but with a deeper awareness of understanding what that could mean to them. And what we saw was these are symptoms reported by them. So at the beginning, compared to the end, what we saw was in 2 months' time, people reported symptoms are reduced by more than 50%. So if someone came in with a symptom total of 100, they have now cut those symptoms in half, only within under 2 months' time. That is huge power to see in black and white. So you can see how excited I am about this, because not only are they seeing this within themselves and feeling it, also the seeing and the feeling and the being then becomes part of them. And this lays the groundwork and the foundation for changes and awareness and greater understanding of what health truly means to them for their future. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me and allowing me to be part of this amazing gathering of incredible nurses and future of nursing. And I invite you to reach out to me at any time. I can be reached at Nicole, Nicole, at Blue, as in the color, Monarch, as in the butterfly, Health, as in the vision.com. Thanks so much. Have an amazing time together.